Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I'm a 33-year-old zero-based cashless budgeter and stuffer. I'm here today to budget out for the second week of January. So we have a lot of money to work with this week. I got my the first half of my signing bonus from Amazon, which was $1,000, and then I also won some money at the casino trip with my grandmother and father. So we're going to be stuffing all of that today. So we are going to have a total of 13, 15, 71, which I think is the most that we've ever had to budget with, which is very exciting. But we're gonna put that 71 cents straight into the roundup challenge, and then we'll go ahead and just get started with my variable expenses. So my buffer is getting skipped. It always gets skipped. It just sits there, covers my transactions until I move the money from my PayPal envelopes into my checking account part. And then it also covers any IOUs that I have. Crochet by Jamie, we're gonna give, let's see how much we have. So we have $6 left. So let's give it $50 this week. I did have to buy some very overpriced yarn for an order, but we'll talk about that during the unstuffing. So $50 should be good to cover all of that. Gas, still has $50, $70, $85, $86, $87, $88. I think the 60 has been working really well. $60 per week has been working really well. That's about 2 tanks of gas. And I've been using a little bit less than that right now. So let's stick with the $60. Groceries has $20, $35, $36. I have meal prep. I have some factory meals left. So let's do $20 in groceries this week. I don't think I need to buy anything, maybe just like some snacks. So that should be good. Prescriptions will get its normal 5. Spending does not have anything in there. I did do some spending this week. So let's put $35 in, make sure that we have enough to cover all of that. So in my variable expenses for the week, we have $170. We still have, over $1,000, $1,100, and $1,145 left to budget with, which is very cool. That's still more than I normally budget with, just like in 2 weeks time. All right, car cost has $85. I just had my inspection done. I am at like 40% oil, so I don't need anything anytime soon, fingers crossed. But let's do $50 since we do have an awful lot of money to work with for this week. Debt payoff is currently empty. I just made a payment on 2 of my credit cards last week. Let's put $100 in to get that going again. Festivals currently has $1,300. I did buy something for the festival season, and I also want to stuff a lot of money to try to get a lot of my EDC hotel costs knocked out this week while we have a lot of money. So we're gonna do $766 into festivals this week, which is huge. All right, gifts, I do need to unstuff, but we currently have $135. My sister did ask me to be in her wedding, so I'm gonna have to save up. I'm gonna take the wedding stuff out of gifts, so I'll have to save up for the wedding, bridesmaids duties, and my cousin is getting married in May, and one of my friends is getting married in October. So I do have a lot of gifts that I'll have to buy, wedding gifts in the next year or so. And then I want to start saving up for Christmas next year. So let's do $50 while we have a good amount of money. Taxes we're going to skip because this money doesn't need me to be paid. This money doesn't need me to pay taxes on it. Amazon was already taxed, and casino, the winnings are not at the taxable threshold. So we are all good there. So in variable or high priority for the week, we are stuffing $966, which is very exciting. I love seeing something that high. All right, so now we're going to go into my low priority binder. We are going to stuff a little more than normal in most of these envelopes. So body mods, we're going to give $4. Electronics is going to get $10. Fitness is going to get $10. Hair and lashes, my appointment is on not this Friday, but next Friday, which I think is the 16th. So I'm going to put in $20 to make sure that I have that completely covered. Shindigs and shenanigans, we're going to give that $20 as well. And then travel, I was just looking at hotel costs to go to the Outer Banks at the end of August. And for 4 nights, it's like $1,400, which is crazy. I would be splitting that with my friend. But that's still a lot of money. So we're going to do $55 into travel this week, because not only do I have to pay for the beach trip with my friend this year, we're going to Hawaii next year. So I'm going to need to save up for that as well. And that is going to be a big amount. But we're going to put $119 into my low priority binder this week. And then final binder is my long-term savings. So starting off with cats, me children, we're gonna do $10 into the cats. Home improvement, I did have to buy something this week, so I'm gonna stuff $8 to pay that back. Medical, I did have to spend some money this week, so I'm gonna stuff $7 to pay some of that back. Month ahead, this week we'll do $15. The Roundup challenge is just going to get that 71 cents. This envelope is falling apart. And then the savings challenge Saturday, we're hopefully going to complete some envelopes or some challenges this week with the $20 that we are going to stuff into that envelope. So for my long-term savings, we are stuffing $60.71. So we'll just add this up, make sure that it equals the $13.15, and it does. So then we just need to do my cash breakdown to see what bills I need to pull whenever I do my stuffing. So Crochet by Jamie will get a 50, gas will get a 50 and a 10, groceries a 20, prescriptions a 5, spending a 20, a 10, and a 5, car costs a 50, debt payoff 100, festivals 700, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 50, a 10, a 5, and a 1, gifts a 50, body mods will get 2 2s, electronics and fitness will get 10 each, hair and shindigs will get 20 each, travel will get a 50 and a 5, cats will get a 10, home will get a 5, a 2, and a 1, medical will get a 5 and a 2. Month ahead will get a 10 and a 5. Roundup challenge we'll just deal with whenever we get there. If we need to pull a 1, we'll pull the 1 from my stash of bills. And then savings challenge Saturday we'll get 20 ones. So we have 800. We have 300. This is like huge numbers. This is 80. This is 70. This is 35. This is 8. And this is 22. So let's add this up and make sure that this also equals $13.15. $13.15, perfect. All right, so we got through this budget with me pretty effortlessly, which is great considering how much money that we have to work with. So hopefully the cash stuffing goes really well as well. But if you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you would do if you got an extra $1,000 in your paycheck one week. Because I'm putting a lot of that towards festivals, towards the trip that I'm going on this week or this month, this year. I'm going in May. But let me know what you would do with that money if you had it. And I will see you on Wednesday for my cash stuffing.